Last night, you touched a book of magic.
And it might have affected you just a tiny bit. Has anything odd happened?
I think she can hear me.
Is that you?
Not really.
I'm Kyra. I was an ordinary girl until one night I touched a book hanging in midair and then zap! My life changed forever.
I'm Lily, and I'm a fairy. In the magical world, we must protect humans at all cost. The one problem is, they can never know magic exists.
My name's Imogen, an elf, part of a secret world no human can see. And I will do anything it takes to keep it that way.
You don't know about Nickelodeon's new show, The Bureau of Magical Things? Well, get ready to learn all the things about all the magical things in this brand new series. Here's who you need to know. First off, meet Kyra, an average girl who loves basketball and playing guitar. But when Kyra finds a magical book floating in the air, with just one touch, she's thrust into the middle of an epic magic world unlike anything she's ever seen.
Who are you?
You shouldn't be able to see me.
This is Lily, a warm, welcoming fairy who always looks for the best in those around her. Always positive, Lily is much like the other fairies in the magical world.
Magic beams are all around you, keeping you safe.
This is Imogen, a confident, ill-tempered elf who firmly believes in her own abilities and isn't afraid to let that show. In typical elf fashion, she's pretty stubborn.
An elf doesn't clean up a fairy's mess.
Fairies and elves are two very different magical beings with different kinds of powers.
This all happened because you took that book.
No, it happened because you came after me.
Which is why it's super strange that now after touching the book, Kyra has the powers of both elves and fairies, unlike anything anyone in the magical world has ever seen.
What are you going to do about her?
I'm not entirely sure. A human with magical powers is unprecedented.
Since Kyra is now part human, elf, and fairy, she is what the magical world would call a tri-ling.
She's part human, part fairy, and part elf.
A triling? How did that happen?
It's not exactly clear.
First of her kind, Kyra has powers that are both unpredictable and unprecedented. Lily and Imogen try to take care of this new problem on their own, but Professor Maxwell steps in. Professor Maxwell is a halfling, which means he is part human and part magic, who teaches young fairies and elves. He also owns a pretty funky bookshop in the human world.
What is this place?
This is the Library of Magic.
Professor Maxwell invites Kyra to join his class, where she meets other elves and fairies. Zara is Imogen's brother, who's an elf, but immediately takes a liking toward Kyra. He is outgoing, yet shy, and has a hard time coming to terms with the idea of failure.
I can't do this. Forget it.
Dara.
Ruxy is a junior-level fairy with an eye for detail and problem-solving. When a situation arises, Ruxy remains calm and collected, visualizing the issue and exactly how to resolve it.
Now might be a good time to call the DMI.
In Professor Maxwell's class, the students take on epic quests and magical mishaps to master their powers and build their skills. The library is chock full of spellbooks, secrets, even an enchanted ladder.
Not now, ladder.
You talk to a ladder.
If you don't, ladder sulks.
As Kyra gets familiar with this new world, she also has to maintain her human life and keep her magical secret from her friends and family.
Oh, I better turn in. Night.
Night.
Her stepdad is a police officer. He's tough, but has a soft spot for Kyra, and they look out for each other.
Kyra, you know it ain't like you running after dark.
Be fine. I won't be back late.
Be careful.
Her friends include Matilda, her teammate in BFF, and Peter, the comic-reading smart guy who's super cute and super into figuring out what mysterious world lies just beyond our grasp.
It's not possible. Something's happened to you.
What's gonna happen to the world's only tri-ling? Will Kyra and her newfound powers live up to the expectations of the magical world? Will she be able to keep her extraordinary secret from her friends? What do you think's gonna happen? There's only one way to find out. Don't miss the Bureau of Magical Things, only on Nickelodeon.
Nailed it.